Hey folks, welcome back to the Florida Food Forest. I figured I'd just wander around the food forest here and kind of show you what's kind of growing on after this cold weather. I haven't done a tour in quite a while, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. There's really not much of it to do in the winter time other than showing you my trying to prepare stuff to get ready for a frost. This longan here, I didn't do anything for. We hit 26 degrees and that gun got sizzled, but it handled that a lot better than there was 23 degrees that took this one out, but it came back. I was not expecting it to come back, and it did. And I didn't cover it up because it gets huge, and if you can't handle it, well, we'll find something else that can. Maybe I can try to keep it short, protect it better. I don't know, we'll see. It's got a will to live, so maybe I'll try to help it along. And right next to that, I got these gin berries. Man, I love these things. I'd like to get about 20 pounds of it and make some wine with it. Wouldn't that be something? Ginberry wine. These things are one of my favorite fruits. Really super duper easy to grow. Incredibly easy to grow and really good for you. And right next to that, I have this macadamia. There's only a couple fruit or flowers on it this year, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. Those smell absolutely awesome when it's in flower. I got a little bit of damage. But it seems to be all right. It hasn't done a whole lot of growing this year, but what was it, 2 years ago when we got hit by 23? I mean, they got cooked way down. So it's coming back. I just got to work on making sure that gets protected, better. I'll walk through the forest of longevity spinach and other weeds. A jabo that got fried in the tips. That was covered up, but the stupid cover blew off and went flying somewhere else. They did it to a couple other things too. We weren't supposed to get windy, and then we got really windy. But I don't see any flowers or anything on it, so it's all right. It's getting its grow on. Of course, the Mexican sunflower, that stuff doesn't stop. You could probably water that with gasoline and it'd be like, oh, please give me more. It's delicious. Right next to that, we have some lemongrass. I still have all my covers and stuff sitting out in the open. I'm sure it looks like human trash lives here. All the blankets and stuff scattered throughout the entire property. These are my praying hands bananas. Those I just wrapped around the trunks and this kept the tops exposed like that. And they're starting to come back now. But there's a lot of damage. I'll leave those leaves on there. They can stay there. Another thing that lost its cover when we got hit by that cold weather was this lemon drop. Lemon drop had its cover blown away. And whatever. Horseradish. See, that's getting big, thick roots to it. So I'm going to let that stay there until I need some horseradish and then harvest some horseradish. I had some, oh my gosh, wasabi radishes there. I put them down there. We're supposed to get cold for a long time. We didn't. So it got hot and they just bolted and got really long. Didn't produce any of the bulbs on them. And so I guess I'll let them go to seed. I don't know. It's my second year of trying those and it's done the same thing. I'm not sure it's going to be worth trying it again. But we'll try with the seeds I get. Another banana that did fine. Of course, this was covered. It's a double, I always forget the name. Double M something. But it gets 2 racks of bananas on it. Hopefully. There's a black Suriname cherry. It's supposed to be a black Suriname. Eugenia Uliflora. It's supposed to be. These seem to be a lot more cold hardy than the regular Suriname cherries. For whatever reason, it seems like the black seems like it's hardier. If that is truly a black, I was told it was. That's why I bought it. I said, yes, I would really like it, but you never know. I don't really have a whole lot of trust in people. So it could be something, some other kind of Suriname cherry or just be a regular. The white sapote did have a little tiny fruitlet. There's a little fruit right here. And then we got hit by that super cold weather. Well, 26 degrees. And it fell off. Oh well, them's the breaks. It'll get bigger. I'd like a couple more of those. I also want like 2 more green sapotes and a few more peach trees. I got that katuk right down here. See, that gets fried right down to the ground, but it comes right back out. Not a problem. Sea salad tree, that's coming back out. These are delicious. I like to use them as like tortilla wraps. Simpson stopper here. I did nothing to protect that. Hopefully I get a lot more fruits off of that this year. The little bit of fruit I had from it last year was pretty decent. I liked it. It was a unique flavor. Hopefully if I get any fruits, I'll give you a review of how that tastes. But they're pretty cool. Hardy tree. I'd like to grow some more of that just because it is that hardy. I like to grow easy stuff, you know? I'm tired of struggling with things. I got this peach. This peach is still sleeping. It's alive. It's alive. It's still sleeping. I don't know what the deal is. This one woke up late last year too. It didn't do anything. So I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what happened. And of course this plum is still sleeping too. It's still alive though. It's still sleeping. Texas black persimmon right over here. That's just starting to wake up. Weirdly enough, this one lost all of its leaves, but the one right next to it, which I'm hoping is a different sex, didn't lose a single leaf. So, alrighty then. This miracle fruit over here. This thing is a champion. We got hit by that 23 degrees a couple years ago, and that fried right down to the ground. It was covered in weeds in this area. And then I had some health problems and I couldn't get out here and do much weeding at all. So it was well protected. It came back. I thought it was dead, but it's not. Good stuff. And flatwoods over here, that's still sleeping. Hopefully that wakes up and we get some fruit off of it. Another persimmon, still asleep. Most of the pawpaws are asleep still. Yeah, I got a few of these big guys, and a bunch of my seedlings are starting to get bigger. Excited for those. I need to try to see if I can get them to flower and put fruits on. That'd be wonderful. Here's a red Cattleya guava. No damage to that at all. Well, not much. Look at that. Here's my damage from that cold weather. That's pretty cool. This is too bad. This is the Indian gooseberry. That's probably died down to the ground. It's going to erupt out of the ground again. I need to really work on keeping those short if I want to have any success with them. I don't know if I will or not, but I'm going to keep trying. See, last time it only got cooked down to here, and I cut it down to there. I mean, it's dead. It's probably dead all the way down to the ground. So I'm going to just keep pinching those tops, try to make it as short as possible and protect it the best I can, because I not only had that blanket on there, but I had that blanket on there too, and still lost all the way down to the ground. And maybe it just won't grow here. I know, maybe I just have to suck up my losses and deal with it. And here's a olive tree. This is one my daughter picked out a few years ago. It was only a little tiny itty baby olive tree. But it's getting its grow on. I don't remember what kind it is. There's a olive farm in Dade City that I picked it up from. I think that's where I got it from. I got this old hammy bamboo here. That's only been on the ground for just a few months. And these ones, I got a bunch more all along the line there. And they've only been in the ground for just a few weeks. But I had to put this fence up here because the majority of the time I was walking outside, the neighbor's dogs, they got 3 big dogs, and they come charging towards the fence like they're going to come get us. And so I'm trying to stop that visual barrier. The neighbors aren't going to stop them. Neighbors don't really care, which, whatever, they don't have to. But I got some more bamboo planted all through here, so hopefully that would provide a nice privacy. I'll walk through this mess of burnt plants. See, I got some old hammies. There we go. The bananas are coming back. These are like the dwarf Cavendish, I think, if I remember correctly. But yeah, he's got fried pretty good too. And if we look right there, we can see green coming back out. So hopefully, and it's pretty solid. It doesn't just pull out like a dead palm. If you tug on that centerpiece, it'll come pushing out. More taro. Peach tree is popping. See, this one, remember that other one was still asleep, and this one's putting peaches on. I need to go through and actually make sure there's not a ton of peaches on here, Because last year it was, what, a bunch of little itty bitty baby peaches like that. It did a whole lot of nothing. A whole lot of nothing. But this thing is absolutely loaded. And last year I told the Sun Racer Nectarine, you better put some fruit on or I'm going to have to cut you off. Sure enough, it was like, oh my gosh, I love you. I love this spot. It's such a wonderful spot to grow in. So hopefully I get some fruit off it this year. If not, I know it's trying, so I'm not going to chop it up. But it better focus on making good fruit or else. I'll push right along. Got some more. There's that archway I grafted together. They're not doing anything. No fruits at all. No fruits at all, which is pretty disappointing. I don't know. I don't know if I want to keep that or not. I got a bunch of these, and honestly, I don't know if I want to keep them or not. I might chop them down, and try to graft on the Thai dwarf mulberry. Maybe then it will. Yeah, if you don't start producing fruit, you're gonna get chopped up. You understand me? Anyway, I want to get right to the avocado here. Look at that. We're getting some flowers. A couple years ago, I got bummed out. There was one fruit in this thing that managed to hang on through the super cold weather and everything else. One fruit, and then that one fruit disappeared. It was gone without a trace. Isn't that like a TV show or something? I don't know. I don't watch a whole lot of TV. Not much at all, actually. A couple TV shows. The Last of Us is pretty solid. I'm enjoying that show. We got another persimmon right here. She's still sleeping. Tanish, blah, blah, blah. But that's what it is right there. That name. It's still asleep. The one that was a little bit over there was a Fuyu. There's a pear. It looked at, I think it got hit by like a blight or something. It looked like it was just dripping black all the way down. So I chopped it down and got those branches and stuff out of here. But it's coming back. I don't know what it's going to produce. Probably nothing of any quality. Here's a white Tangelo. But that looks like that's going to start drying. Looks like that's going to start drying. This had one fruit. One fruit that was hanging from a branch down here. And something came to ate the side out of it. One fruit. I've had this for maybe 4 years, 3 or 4 years, and produced one fruit in that entire time. And something else ate it. Oh man, life is certainly an adventure. But we can. This has a lot of flower buds, so hopefully that produces something decent this year. That's a white Tangelo. Here's the yellow Cattleya guava. This thing has had some struggles in the last couple of years. One, I didn't water it enough. What I find is guavas like a lot of water. There's an Alfonso bamboo. That's pretty new too. That's only been in the ground for like a month. And spiral ginger starting to pop back. Oh, there's a good girl. There's a good girl. What you doing, good girl? And here's our Brachial Phoenix Alfredi. Supposedly cold hardy down to 27 degrees. We got down to 26. It was fine. Still is fine. Some of my other palm trees, not so much. Like my red flamethrower. Yeah, those are gone. Well, those are gone last year, or the year before that when we got hit by 23. I'll walk through. There's a Viking berry. Just starting to wake up. If I get it on there, and there's a Viking berry right there. And we're gonna wander around. I've got to check on this mayhaw that I have back here. Last year, the neighbors sprayed Roundup back here and just destroyed so much. So I'm hoping I get some more flowers this year. I mean, the Roundup almost killed this tree. Here's a mayhaw. I don't see any flower buds starting yet. Hopefully we do. They sprayed Roundup last year and it went way far into the property, like 10 foot. I sent them a letter. No response at all. Which, you know, you can't really choose your neighbors, can you? I need to be in the middle of like 1,000 acres. Yeah, that'd be wonderful. I think almost everybody would like that. A little door I'm working on. It's filling up. I got a whole bunch of plants out here. It's ready to move inside of a camper if we get super cold. I've got them close to those entrance doors, so I just start slinging plants in there. I got lots of rare stuff out here, though. That's the little baby sun drop. That's not a sun drop. Lemon drop. I got my drops confused. There's a lemon drop, and there's a sun drop. Eugenia uniflora. Eugenia victoriana. There's a finger sop. Oh, it sucks about having pots, man. Ants aggravate the living stink right out of you. Stay out of my pots, dude. Need to come up here with some borax and some honey. More sun drops. Kombucha. Yeah, there's cool stuff. Cool stuff indeed. Oh, wait, let's go. There's a pawpaw I know is in flower. I want to go check that out. That should be just rocking and rolling. There's a good girl. There's a good girl. There's the OGG, the original good girl. The original good girl. Oh my gosh, I love you, puppy dogs. The puppy dog, puppy dog, puppy dog. The original good girl. The OGG. A bunch of Eugenia unifloras up here. I got a wampy. Oh, Gumachama. There's a rose apple. There's different plants planted back in there. This is what I see when I walk out my front door. I'm trying to get it all nice and built up because it stays really warm up here. Then I got a bunch of seeds I'm starting here too. Whew, man, there's a lot of seeds to get starting. You see these Eugenia unifloras got color discolored by that 26 degrees, but they seem to be all right. There's another finger sop, big guy. I'll round her up to a different part of the property here. I got some pawpaws growing. Where was it? Oh, right there by the flag. Yeah. So yeah, I got these pawpaws. That's in flower. Man, that won't focus for nothing, will it? I'm sorry. It's focusing on everything else but the flower. Are you kidding me? Here we go. That's a little bit better. It just would not work with me at all. Nope, I am not going to focus on that. You can't make me. And still, it's doing the same thing. But got a pawpaw putting its flowers on. It's just a little guy, but seems to be happy. See, there's a bunch on there. All right, all right, all right. Walking through the woods here. I've been thinning this part of the woods out a little bit more to get some more fruit trees in here. They're mostly just, you know, dead trees and then more dead trees that I'm thinning out. Yep. Ice cream bean. That guy here, well, it was supposed to be covered up, and I came up the next morning, it was flopped over. So I got my cover game is pretty weak. I do a horrible job at covering stuff up. I need to weight it down or something. All right, and just an update on the Jersey Giant chicken army. I lost a couple of them, and I lost that surprise chicken. So I'm down to 26 Jersey Giants. It's still a lot. I ordered 25. I still had 26 after losing a few. And that surprise chicken. But so McMurray did throw a couple extra ones in the shipment. So these guys are definitely growing big. They're going to be happy. I haven't lost anybody now in, 3 or 4 days. So I guess I'll leave you there. I hope you all have an awesome day. These guys are going to fall asleep. Look at that. They're just going to fall asleep. Little baby chicken.